So the topic is office green landscapes. I basically sectionize the uh, green landscapes for office into four categories. First is a green wall, big piece of big chunks of a lot of greens that stick on the walls. Then group planters, which you have nowadays. Typical office, you have groups of planters everywhere. Even you have it now here. Yeah. Then we scrutinize it a little bit to tablescapes. I mean, you can decorate your tables with some plants. What kind of plants and how should you decorate it? And last but not least, I put it into a new pet in town. So they call it air plants. They put it into air without mediums hanging all around in the office. Okay, let me show you some of the ideas of green walls. All right. This is like a typical 10 years back green walls. What Planck, French guy, designed. So he sticks everything into the wall with all the drippings, irrigations at the back. So you have actually a water retaining pond underneath, then it's suck back again and irrigate the green wall. Okay, this one, they got a 10 coolest offices in the world. It is in Microsoft. It's a Microsoft office in Vienna. Most of Microsoft office they have green walls. So not a big piece, a good size, rather than this one. I wouldn't recommend, especially officers, to have a double wall rim or triple wall rim of green walls, because it's one hell of maintenance. One hell. You need very high, ladder access to upkeep the green wall, because the leaves is dying. Some plants actually are dying, so you need to change, you need to prune, you need to fertilize the thing. All right. I put here some cute little plants, butterfly orchids. Okay, as a part of the decorations for offices too. So this is some of the new idea you can put into your office rather than pots and everything. This is the wall potted systems, which I can consider one of a green wall too. Actually, it's come in the modular systems, so you can put it in and take it out whatever you want. It's a good system, so you can maintain it well. You can change your plants, once every month, 2 months. All right. So next to it, group planters. So the group planters, you can see in Malaysia, most of us are having arrangement of pots very formally arranged. Okay, that's what we have in Malaysia. So the idea of an office, actually you can scatter the plants all around, even in the pots. So don't lock yourself into all plastic pots, whatever. So you can have some ideas. All right, you can have wooden chairs or lay-by for your offices. All right, this is another modular system, potted plants. So you can actually have a wall. Then you have grid systems. You just put in your pots for the wall. So there's some new ideas. This, you can see it's still potted plants, but it serves as a barricade between the offices. Okay. So next we go. All right, the tablescapes, especially the ladies, they like to buy a lot of pots, cute pots, cute plants, okay, for their tables. So bonsai is a traditional choice for tablescapes, but too bad it's a very high maintenance things because bonsai basically is a big tree that trim into a small one, so a miniature one. So actually it doesn't survive well in the office. Okay. Then you have cute plants in a glass containers. All right. So most of them you have some of the cactus too, cactus group. This is a terrarium. Um, Terrarium you can keep in the office, but it's not recommended. Again, your boss will see you spend too much time on a terrarium. Rather, it is a very high maintenance um, tablescape, I would say, because you need a lot of fertilizers. You need to prune it very well to keep it nice. So next to it is the air plants. Air plants basically is quite new in Malaysia. They are basically bromeliads. Bromeliads are basically not parasites. It's a symbiosis species that lives on a tree, mostly in South America. So they actually can survive without soil. This is all hanging with a fishing line. Fishing line quite invisible, so actually you hang it on the wall without any mediums, without any soil, sponge, fiber, cocoa fiber, without anything. Okay, I will explain later how you need to upkeep these fellows. Okay, you have a lot of aloe vera looks kind of plants, desert. Okay, for selections of plants for the green wall, we have done a very intensive study on the green wall because at first we failed. I will admit, we failed to have a very good green wall because of the water management and the medium. So, and the species selection of species too. Green wall is quite new in Malaysia. I would say these 5 years they started in Malaysia. Of course, in Thailand, you can see more comprehensive green walls in their shopping complex and well maintained. In Malaysia, too bad we are lack of maintenance. Don't put the same mentality of the green wall in Thailand and in Malaysia because we are lack of maintenance. All right. So because of lack of maintenance, we need to have a good selections of plants, mediums, and water management for your green wall. Okay. Okay. For the green wall, we find that this few species is bearable, very bearable indoor, especially in the office. All right, you have peperomia, dracaena, and dracaena again. This calathea and some button ferns. Peperomia, this is variegated. Of course, this is green color, so you mix it. Okay, above all, if you're looking for some plants that's most durable, which we collaborate with some green wall experts down in Johor, which they have done a lot of green walls in Singapore. So what we have found that these few species actually regenerating and can grow in the office environment, indoor environment. They're growing. most of them are not growing, they are surviving. Okay, these few species actually can grow. All right, especially the money plants. Everybody knows the money plants. So the money plant grows in the office very well. The syngonium grows in our office very well. Okay, and this one, terrace. Terrace. This is the best. I would say the best amongst all. So this fella can actually survive very long time indoor, especially under shades, under the environment or office. All right. Philodendron, philodendron, you need to control the water management. It should have less water. Okay, we will go to that the environment criteria, how to control the, have a good green wall later on. Okay, the selection for plants or planters, of course, is you have thousands of them. I'm not just showing some of these, normal plants you can select. You have mother-in-law tongues, all right? You have a ficus, you can see a lot in supermarkets. Then Dracenias, marginatas, have bromeliad species too that have some flowers. All right. Then we have some tablescapes. Okay. Tablescapes, most of the tablescapes are pots that are available in the market. Come from three families, three genus, mostly, sedums genus species, because they're cute. They attract the ladies a lot, all right? So these are the sedum species most available in the markets, mostly for tablescapes. Of course, you can see the cactus, a lot of cactus species, and calancho species. The criteria for the tablescapes plants, mostly they are succulents, so they need less water, less maintenance. So all you can see is very succulent means very thick leaves that contains a lot of water. Same goes with all these fillers. All right, air plants. Air plants, mostly they are Tillandsia species. Come from South America. They actually live. They need water. Actually, they need water. It's not. Don't be misleading by air plant that they can survive. They can get nutrients from the air. They can get water from the air. They can get everything from the air. It just don't mislead by the air plant. They actually needs water. They actually need nutrients. All right. But the air plant actually can survive in a dormant way, like bears. They can go to sleep in the dormant for winters, for months. These air plants actually can survive without water, but they are dormant in a way. They are dormant without water, without fertilizers, without fertilizers and water. They are dormant in a way. They are not growing. But once you put water and fertilizers, they will grow. I would say they can dormant for 1 to 2 months. That shouldn't be a problem for them. But actually, plants do need water and nutrients. All right. Okay. Come to next. Okay. The water criteria, environment criteria. Of course, first thing you need to have water for your plants. how much water for your plants is the best. Um, okay, I hate actually I hate apparatus. This apparatus, that apparatus. So after all this year, I simplify the thing. I using my finger to test how much water is most suitable. All right. Rule of thumbs. Um, Rule of thumbs. How to check the water is actually put your index finger into the pot, or into the medium. When you feel wet, it is too much water. Okay? If you feel it's unpokeable, it means you cannot poke even 1 inch, put a finger 1 inch into the medium. It is too hard, the medium is too bad, too much clay. Okay? The best water requirement for a plant is when you stick your index finger into your pot, all right, there is dampness in your finger. Not wet, dampness will do. Okay, that's the rule. Of course, it applies to the green wall, to the potted plants, okay, to your table plants too. 3 of them. A plants doesn't have any mediums, right? The medium. Okay, the medium for plantings should have a good balance of porosity and water retention. This one, again, I'm using my finger. Seems to me I use my finger a lot. All right, to check a good planting medium, especially for potted plants, which they have clays, mixture of clay, mixture of sand, mixture of organic matters. So all you have to do is just pick a small bit of the medium, and you squeeze it between your thumb and index finger, so you can feel the sand, grains of sand. How many grains of sand in between your fingers? 7 to 8. You can actually count it. You can count it. 7 to 8 is a very nice thing. After 15 is too sandy. I would say it's too sandy, so you need to put a lot of water, but the plant doesn't get any water. It just drain off from the system, drain off from the medium. Okay, when it's too clayey or too hard, you have around five grains of sand. It's too hard, so actually the water will be ponding on top. That is how you select your mediums. Then most of the green molds, of course, they don't put sand, don't put clay, sand, or soil in. They are light materials, mostly are cocoa fibers. You have some granulars, calcite fat granulars into it, so it make it light for the wall. Okay, then the humidity. Okay, humidity for offices. As we know, our plant need a lot of humidifications, and what we get is in the office is only 40 to 60% of humidity. Later, I will show you a study that happened. I've done the natural environment, natural humidity, what is actually inside the jungle. All right, but in offices, you have only 40 to 60%. Why? Because low humidity, you can get this annoyance, a lot of eye, nose, throat annoyance. Then static electricity, if too low, then too high, it will get some stuffiness inside the office. So you cannot get a very high humidity in the office. Too bad. That's what actually plants want, right? So what to do is just spray water on your plants. Spraying water actually is very important to upkeep of plants. Why? Besides getting a good humidity for the plants, you actually cleaning the stomata. Stomata actually a small breathing holes. Just think of it as noses for the plant. Okay, so when in the office, there is a lot of dust, whatever unseen dust. So actually they're blocking the nose of the plant. So it's too bad. So that's why yeah, sometimes it's not surviving. Uh, so let's talk about lights and quality and quantity. Okay, how much light and what kind of quality of lights that plant needs in the office. Okay, to get you an idea. Okay, the sun actually providing us around 5,000, 6,000 Kelvin. That means it's the color, the color of the quality of the lights. That means it almost is white color lights. The Kelvin shows is the temperature of the lights. All right. Then the this is the how you just to get you understand the Kelvin thing for the lights. Okay, so daylight spectrums. So next best thing for the plant if you don't have any sunlight is to provide a daylight uh, bulbs. The fluorescent bulbs is the next best thing because they are closest to the sun, 5,005 K, closest to the sun quality. Okay, so for green wall specialists, because green wall, most of the offices put their green walls behind the counter to show off, especially recep counters or meeting rooms to show off. It's much more away from the sunlight, so they are not getting sunlight. So to compensate that sunlight, so you need actually daylight quality lights to compensate for the plants. So a lot of architects and interior designers saying that no, because you have white light is not friendly to the designs, but you need to persist at least 2 sets of lights. Okay, warm light for the day. At least you just switch off the daylights at night time to compensate the needs for the plants. Okay, what kind of quantity of lights that we need for the plants, right? Measuring the so usually we count in lux. So okay, just get you an idea the lux of what kind of lux we're having. Sunlight is total sunlight is around 100,000 something. Then very dark day is around 107. All right, this is for the non-engineers and non-architects. it helps a little bit. All right. Then working space. Working space is around 100 to 150. Okay. As you can see, all offices landscape is 750. The requirement lux for the landscape area. Okay, but most of the offices doesn't provide enough 750 lux for the plants. So that's why you're changing the plants. Most of our offices in Malaysia, they're changing the plants rather than growing them in our office. So mostly 2 weeks to 2 months, they need to change. Another set of plants coming in, another set of plants going out. Okay, this is well, I happen to study my thesis. Okay, the environment parameters for this is Lime Hill. It's not very clear. Sorry, it's a Lime Hill environment. Okay, we check the light intensity and the humidity. So the humidity actually 92, 93, around 90 something. 90 something. Then the lux is around 60 something to 70 something. Okay, this is a natural environment. Why I take limestone environment and compare to offices? Because this is the next. Because under the limestone forest is the less light intensity. It's something you can compare with the offices, rather than another open field or something else. Okay, then the medium for the limestones, actually you can analog back it to the green wall. The green wall actually a lot of organic matters. So same with this limestones environment for the vegetation for the limestones. Okay, so are we providing high humidity for the plant to survive in the office? No, I don't think so. Okay, then this lux 70 to 80 lux, most of them are ferns and bryophyte. That means bryophyte means moss. So under the jungle, there are a lot of moss, a lot of fern that survive under 70 lux. So actually, some of the good selection, if you have a good selections of plants, actually the lux can go down to 70 something, but you still need a light that provides white quality lights for them. Okay, this is just analog studies for the indoor. Okay, this is for the open field. Open field, I think. No, it's too much sunlight. It doesn't relate to the offices anyway. Okay, this is a swamp area. Swamp area doesn't relate to the offices again. Just get an idea of how much lux and how much humidity they're getting in natural. So don't hope for long life indoor plants. Don't have a hope the indoor plants will survive forever. But actually, they cannot, because we are not providing good enough parameters for them to survive. You don't have that good quality lights. You don't have that humidity for them to survive. So the best thing is to change. All right, to change it often. And for a green wall, even a good selections of plants, they will actually die off. But the thing, if you have a good quality, good selection of plants, it's just prolong the process. Okay. I think that'd be all. Thank you.